Okay guys, giving you an update on the large rock. Nothing has happened since we did this 2 weeks ago where I put the first coatings of mud on it. My wife in the cardboard formation had already voiced a disapproval of it, as she says it's such a large item on the way up to the house, the driveway up going to the house. So she was all against it. So nothing has happened for 2 weeks. I did come up with another idea. I passed it by her, and what I'm going to do is make this 2 foot tall, flat kind of a deal. And I says, hey, you know that Panther that I was making back in 2014? Well, it's damn near 9 years ago. Well, I put it up in the overhead. I kind of got bored with it. It's a lot of work to do, but it's coming down. You can see the head is a little better, but I'm going to mount that. I always saw that on a rock being flat in the Panther, so I'm going to be making that the place where the Panther's going to be. So stick with me. Okay, a simple pulley that's concrete screws, bolts down to the brackets bolted down to the ground. I've taken the normal pull and lift and drop this way and transferred it up to there. Up in the ceiling, there's another pulley that allows me to, I had this on the table, so I took a cable that I made the certain length. You can see the end of it. This come along, or this chain hoist is almost all the way up right now. So I've got enough travel before that hook hits this pulley, and that'll be lowered down to this table height. So just getting ready to take this back down and get working on it. Stick with me. Okay, for me, this all started with this statue, or this little ceramic, I don't know what to call it, but in the 60s, my mom had one of these on our table, and my wife was saying, my mom had one of those too, because I found an image of it. And back in 13, when I did this project, I found this online, still being made by the company out of Illinois, and I got online and purchased it. And it's the exact same model. And what I did was I've scaled it here, where first of all I mounted it in the feet. There was some hollows, and I basically just filled them with some of my cement mud, fiber reinforced mud. Then I put it and screwed it to this so that it would be ever fixed. And then I made a grid across and this way. And the other axis that I measure is my height. Whenever I'm doing a measurement, I'll come up with a height measurement, a length, and a width. So 3 axis. Basically, I was told by my son yesterday, it's like that's how they did Mount Rushmore. It's like through a 3-axis measuring off of a scaled model. But anyway, this is what I'm doing, and I got exhausted doing it. I mean, it's why I stopped doing it. But I did the front more than anything, and got that to where you can see on the feet here, I was like doing measurements, how deep I was. And then I've got reference marks every time I pick this thing up and move it, because it's not fixed down. I have these marks and these marks that reference me where I am. And then this is the other line. You smash it right up against there. And these will be the last points that I actually carve, because they're always going to be flat up against this stick here. So anyway, I'm getting ready to start doing this again. I just washed it off and it's ready to go, and hopefully soon that's going to be sitting on that rock over there. I've got to get on that as well, getting it prepared for this. So it's a multitask deal here, but stick with me, guys. On that rock over there, I'm going to cut it down to about that black mark there, and that's about 2 foot high, and then make it slant this way and get the top to where it's kind of flat, finish that rock, and then I'll be building this to sit on top of that. And that'll be mounted there once it's done, so stick with me. Oh, the other thing is I'm gonna make this exactly like this. It's gonna be painted black, and it's gonna have a polyaspartic sealer on it, which gives it that high sheen that you're seeing in the actual model. That's what I'm creating. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick how we started here on the Panther project back in 2013. First thing I did was I drew a silhouette, 2D silhouette of the image, and then cut it out. And then I took this block foam that I had and I glued it into the shape that I wanted for this to be stenciled onto it. I then cut it out with a hot knife and then started to make the carvings. It's, like I say, all done by that scaled version. I made it 4 times the size of the original, but just a little bit of measure, a little bit of cut. It was exhausting me, and I got bored with it, so I stuck it up in the overhead there. But now she's down, and we're going to get her going, and there we are now right today, and then look forward to the new big rock being done and the Panther on top of it. Thanks for watching, guys.